another 747. Fuck, I wish that's it.
No more.
You got a cigar, remember?
What do we do here?
What am I doing here? What does it all mean?
Where to? Just hold on a second. What do we do?
Last minute crisis. Can't live without a last minute crisis this day and age. Oh, one of our guys lost his passport somewhere between here and home. Somewhere. They jettisoned it with the gasoline. Dingy little airport. Yeah, it was all right. Yeah. There was a lot of diversion on board.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Hello.
Addy.
Yeah, it was nice. Yeah, it was really
What
nice.
did you do?
Hung out. Played with the stewardesses.
Laid the bathroom.
We thought you might come with a jumbo.
No.
No?
Yeah, it was nice.
Yeah.
Keep up the good work.
Rio with a 10mm lens, huh?
It wouldn't have been the same without you.
Give him the works, fella. He's a nice looking man. Every success.
Trio.
Well, even some success would make it, man.
It's a big one.
Well.
You gonna take care of us, Sam?
Yeah. Sam, the boys.
Hey, Cutler, you know what you're doing? Don't drink the restaurant. Hey, that guy over there, you have a wallet.
Watch out for the water.
You're just jealous because his jacket looks better than yours.
What are they doing? What are they doing else with that scuttlebutt?
I want to take you all up
That's
the post office tower.
Look at this airplane. Look at this fucking airplane.
First class sits further forward than the captain.
Hey, you're shotgun on that one. Hey,
Yeah, we can buy one.
yeah, that's what I mean.
Right.
I brought some bread.
I'll take it.
Hey, listen here. We want one of them big ones on the way home.
Don't listen to him.
Yeah, that's right, you limp twerp.
All the equipment here.
Oh, Ramrod, what about those extra pieces? Should we escort them off? Ramrod? Is there anything to be escorted that's on this plane right here? No. It's all in cases, okay. It's all rumbling for luggage. Okay, sure.
We'll keep friendly.
Okay. Is Sam's hair shorter or is it just changed in England? Oh, it is shorter. It's much shorter. I see it all now.
Travels with us, or used to be our sound man, is now restricted to California right around San Francisco because of having been busted there 3 years ago.
Yeah. How do you look upon the English festivals?
I haven't been to one yet.
You've not heard about them at all?
Oh, a little bit, Hyde Park and so forth, you know. I think that it's one of those things. You can't, about a festival, you can't know what it was like unless you were there. You know, you can only sort of extrapolate from your own experience, whatever that's been. Along the lines
After
of
Altamont,
festivals.
Keith Richards said that the angels should not be blamed at all, because how can, however many angels there were there, control 350, 450,000 people?
No.
In Hyde Park, there were at least 250,000 people there who were controlled.
Well, so were they at Woodstock, but there was no control at Woodstock. With Woodstock and Altamont, the same situations were prevailing in terms of how it was for the people there. It was free, essentially, and it was also completely without control of any sort. You know, there were no police. I mean, there's no way you can realistically control that size, really. You can't expect to. The way I saw it, both of those situations being sort of like two sides of the same coin. It's like two ways that kind of expression can go. You know, of a huge number of people and no rules. And one of the ways, obviously, you can go is into a terrible bummer like Altamont, and one of the other ways is into an immensely joyful scene like Woodstock. And they both had their extremes, but they were both sort of characterized by a kind of by this heaviness, man, this sort of historical heaviness, you know. Lots of people, more people than you've ever seen in your life, you know.
You said that Stan Cutler was regarded as an outlaw.
Well, in a manner of speaking, for example, all the media called him a murderer behind Altamont. In reality, he was like the innocent victim of circumstances, just like everybody there was, just like the guy who got killed was, in fact, you know.
Does this not bother you at all, really?
No, it doesn't, because we've never been those people anyway. I mean, we've never had much approval in front, right? You know, we've always been sort of an outlaw group on our own, just because that's who we are. And so, no, it doesn't.
Have your work permits come through now?
For the festival, yes. For the other gig, the one at the Lyceum that would have been at the Lyceum, I don't think so. But I don't really know what sort of machinations are involved, you know.
What else can you tell me about the festival scene, in the States? Are festivals going in the States?
Right now, they're sort of suspended because of the amount of confusion in the city.
What relationship actually do you have with the Angels?
Our relationship with the Angels is that we both exist in essentially the same area, and we both know that each other exists, and they outnumber us about 90-1, and we get along okay with them. You know, I mean, those guys are guys that we all know. We've known them for years, you know, and we don't have any fight with them, but we do know that they are Hell's Angels, and that they're capable of doing a lot of pretty amazing things, and we just stay out of their way.
Have you actually asked them to safeguard or even do any bodyguard work for you?
Well, at times they've found themselves in that position. You know, we don't have to ask them to do that, but like when we did the be-in the park back in, I forget when, 66, I guess, 67 or 66, the Angels were at that scene strictly just to be there, you know, just Hell's Angels being there, and it seemed like it would be a good thing to be at music and all. And they've sort of found themselves in a position of taking care of lost kids, watching the stage, that kind of thing, you know. They just started doing it. Nobody asked them to do
What about
it.
the relationship with people like the Minutemen or the Weathermen?
Well, the Weathermen are a campus phenomena. They don't really stretch out into our aspect of society is not a college trip, and it's not we're part of a whole huge community of head adults, if there's any label, you know. That's who we are, you know. There's a lot of us, and we've been doing what we've been doing for a long time. Movie makers, musicians, painters, craftsmen of every sort, people doing all kinds of things, and that's like what we do. That's what we do, you know. That's the way we live our life.
To your knowledge, when the about 500 students came down from Vancouver and raided Washington, came right down as far as Eureka in California, what was the situation? There's a pretty heavy scene in British Columbia, isn't there, at the moment?
I haven't been there for about a year, so I don't really know. But I do know that none of that, any waves from that didn't come down as far as where we are in California, Marin County, you know. Like whatever they did probably was, you know, I don't know. I don't really know anything about that.
What's the situation in the California groups at the moment? With people like the Airplane, I mean, are they splitting?
No, everybody's still playing together. The Airplane have gone through a few changes. They have a new drummer now.
Danny Covington.
No, yeah, Joey Covington.
Joey
That's
Covington.
the name, right.
And Grace Slick was rumored to be leaving as well.
No. See, the way the airplane do what they do is that they work for like 3 months and then they don't do anything for a year. You know, they just goof for a year. And that's kind of like, that's what they do. That's the way they do it. That's the way that's most comfortable to them, I guess, you know. But they're still playing. The airplane have a spin-off group called Hot Tuna. Have you heard about Hot Tuna?
I've heard of them, yeah.
Right. Well, that's kind of like what the musicians in the airplane are doing.
Yeah, I'm still also in a sort of embryonic stage, so they're still working it out.
Yeah, sure. But see, that's the fun of it, really. I mean, of playing.
Have you tried this at all?
Sure, we have we have a couple of spin-off groups. Sometimes myself and Phil and the 2 drummers play together in a group called Mickey Hart and the Heartbeats. And I also have another band called the New Riders of the Purple Sage that I don't play guitar in. I play pedal steel in. And I don't sing or anything. I just play pedal steel. And it's like some other friends of ours from around the Bay Area. In fact, we just played the Fillmore East and really had a great time, you know. Well received.
What's your relationship with Zappa?
I don't even know Frank, really. I went to one of his recording sessions once, you know, but he's got his own scene completely, and he's not from San Francisco or anything, you know. He's from Los Angeles, and that's where he works generally, or New York.
Do you regard him as a sort of a pioneer of any West Coast scene that was ever happening or is happening now?
I would regard him as a kind of a pioneer in music, but not as a pioneer of a scene. You know.
Marked out sing.
Yeah. Okay. So you like it in England, do you?
Yeah, I do. Very nice, very nice.
Have you been here before?
Never.
Never? So, like, did you think that English would be like this, or was it sort of total surprise?
I gotta say, I had no idea what they'd be like.
But you're looking forward to going on, are you? It's
Yeah. I'm looking forward to a new audience, an audience that's never heard us before.
Yeah.
You know, it's a fresh reaction. Maybe something new will happen with us playing the same old stuff.
But do you play the same old stuff? Don't you just sort of go on and let it happen? Or do you think, well, we'll play St. Stephen, then Dark Star, then the 11 or something like that? Or
Don't say a word.
It's a trick.
Well, it's kind of like
He's not responsible for
either
whatever
or. You know, we might go
say it,
on
Bobby.
and
Bobby,
nothing
don't
can
say
happen at all.
oh, everything happens.
Right. Either, for instance, we go on and we know exactly what we're going to do because we got 45 minutes and we got to do exactly that much material, and so we try to take it through as many changes as we can possibly do. Or if it's loose, like this scene is, we decide on the spot what we're going to do.
I see. Do you think that you'll always do live recordings from now on, or do you think you'll go back into the studio and sort of start again?
Well, our new album coming out, I guess about 3 months here, it's coming out in the States this week, is a studio recording, and it was fun to do. I really enjoyed it. So there's no telling, because I didn't really enjoy playing for the live album, because it was just like playing. I mean, I enjoyed myself, but it didn't last very long.
There's no sense of occasion, like we're making a record, because you're playing and they're recording at the same time,
Yeah.
I suppose.
Well, it's just 2 different kinds of records, and I got to say that for making records, studio recording is more fun, because you can sit home and scheme for a while on what you're going to do, and then you get into the studio and you get to run amok, and you can do much more than you can do in the context of a live performance.
Yeah.
Though a good live performance is a lot of fun too.
Great, well I hope you enjoy it anyway. I really enjoy having you over here.
I hope you enjoy it too.
Microphone, this one works fine. John. Cut.
Well, I can utter a lot of inanities, but I won't. It's my very great pleasure to welcome the Grateful Dead.
You get that? What's happening? That was a camera which had a fault on it.
'51.